this is an airport game. Basically, it's a RPG type game where you need to get to your plane on time. So, yeah, let's play. For whatever reason, the main menu didn't have any music, so... Current time is 5 PM. Flight is at 6 PM. Do not miss your flight. Okay, so WSD to move. Okay, proceed to interact with people and objects with a floating E above them. Proceed to continue to the next text segment. Nice, you're natural at this. But did you know that you can press E while someone is speaking to skip through their dialogue? Really useful when you have someone rambling on for a long time and you would much prefer to just read than watch letters go by. Also, sometimes you'll be presented with questions and you can use A and D to change your answer selection and then E to choose that selection. Got it? I actually get -1 minutes for that. Okay, yeah, I got it. Great, look out for these signs to guide you along that way. Now, let me get out of your way. Oh, I thank you. Okay, I still managed to get stuck, but yeah. Okay, I can't seem to talk to those people, but... Okay, you read the letters S and letter P, and then a right arrow. Think, what could it possibly mean? That way to SP? Spar arrow? Sparrow? No way, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's weird. Plant? You might have put a plant. Thank you, plant. Ah, yes, the vastness of space. So vast. Like, super vast. Usually the vastness of the things that vast. Space. That is definitely weird. Hey, yeah, it's just us two girls having no experience with alcohol, gone on vacation to an area where it's legal for us. And where the entire point of the trip itself is to get as drunk as possible. What could go wrong? It's gonna be the best senior year of high school ever. Yeah, I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Ooh, hold on, there's a trash can. One man's trash is another man's treasure. This one, on the other hand, is just trash. It's like barely any treasure. Ah, damn. I've had it with all these gosh dang people getting on this gosh dang plane. I really hope we get an open road. Italian, do you speak it? Because that would make this trip to Italy much better for the both of us. Brother, why would you forget your luggage at home? Sister, why would you leave your ID at home? Because they are definitely not too bright. Oh gee, I'm so excited for Gabo. I'm underrated, so I've never had alcohol before. Yeah, we gathered that before. The mighty mountains make me mystified. You think to yourself, you check out your own alliteration. Go to the room. Here's a check bag before you head to the TSA. Okay, looks like we're heading this way. Okay, can we... Oh my god, we can actually... Well, I mean, sort of go behind there, but... Hello, welcome to bag check. My name is Izzy. Well, I guess I didn't need to tell you my name. So sorry. I was so unprofessional. Oh my gosh, your bag. You're here to check a bag, right? Of course you are. Gosh, I'm so stupid. What can I help you with? Yeah, I need to check one bag. Oh, alright, then let me just do that for you. And, there seems to be a problem here. Of course. Well, your bag is 23.4 pounds. And yes, the regulation is one free checked bag under 50 pounds. But you are flying economy, basic plus platinum ruby gold status. That moves you down to half carry bag on plus one free check bag under 43.6 pounds. Oh, but it shows here you are double triple super saiyan loyalty rewards flyer, so you get up to 2 bags free under 30 pounds. So I'll just check this bag as 2%, there, 2 separate bags of 25 pounds and you're all good. I'm so glad how simple we make the system. Anything else I can help you with? Okay, so we could check that. No, I'm just looking for the security line. On the west side of the airport. So, on the east side, so head that way. Okay, thank you. There's also another trash bin. Trash can. Why are you trying to interact with a trash can? Because, why not? Okay, let's go over this way. TSA checkpoint, down this hall. Okay, thank you. You already got that. Okay, there's some very tiny windows. Or otherwise, they're very weird pictures. TSA areas up this hallway. If you think the lines are too long, you can go down the hallway to the right. Maybe the next security checkpoint will be better. If you hold down left shift, you can sprint. That might make it faster. Okay, let's have a look. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. Oh yeah, that's the end of the line right there. TSA fast line. Pass one line. Peasants on the other side. Hey, this is the fast pass line, but looking at your boarding pass, I don't think you can come in this line. Can you please go over there? Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea. Let's say okay. Thank you. Enjoy the line. Okay, can we actually wait in line? You said the line is very long and moving very slow. What would you do? Minus 300 minutes. We don't have that time. Exit the line. Yeah, we're definitely not making that line. Okay, what is over this way? TSA area is up this hallway. You can think that blah blah blah. We've already read all this. That's the looping hallway. Oh my god, it's actually a looping hallway. So we actually need to go through this area. So, can we just... Okay, so we can't cheat that way, so... Okay, let's try, please let me through. Fine, just leave me alone. Nothing exciting ever happens in this line. People like you just beg and I'll let you through. Go right ahead. Oh, I thank you. Thank God I didn't have to show a gun. Okay, I need to talk to you apparently. Welcome to the security checkpoint. Sorry for the line. Not much we can do about it. Can I see your boarding pass and ID? What will you give? Really? Why are you so... Why do you keep give me like the gun thing? Boarding pass and ID. Wow, another boarding pass and ID. Just like all the other ones. Alright, go ahead. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Go through. So please stop. You're being randomly selected for a search. This has nothing to do with my own insecurities and me being on a power trip since I got this job. We believe you might have the stuff, and now you'll be searched. What is this? Why is there so many guns? Nothing. After a thorough check, it seems that you are good to go, sir. You may go ahead. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, awesome. Thank you. She says thirsty, but the only thing you have a thirst for is knowledge. Good to know. Okay, there's another plant. Another plant. Yep. Hey, here is my mixtape. Quite a CD with the words DJ Space was scribbled on it. Okay, good to know. My phone doesn't have service. Only I could join in on the nation's most reliable network. Okay, there's also this weird painting. View the human body in its most primal form. Beautiful, simple, elegant, naked. Feel the urge to get naked as well, but you fight the urge. Yeah, we might get kicked out for that. Anyway, let's continue on. Ooh, what's this? There's a sticky note attached to the sign. Reads as follows. Hey Topus, it's a reminder to yourself to add the directions to each terminal on the sign. If we get to do this, the airport passengers will just have to guess which hallway to take, which might not take them to the right terminal. That would be super, super not good, so please don't forget. Good luck, Tobus. Love, Tobus. Yeah, you kinda fucked up. You're kinda having a face-off. You keep pushing me out of the way. Get a drink. Machine-raised soda, but truly means pop, right? Ooh, this thing up there. This area is a dead end. Well, I guess you can see that. This is extremely awkward. Yeah. I was hoping to put something more, but yeah. Anyway, let's try going down this hallway. Hey, airports. Good. Flights. Good. TSA. Good. Yep. Yeah, all good. Gate this way. Do you mind? Okay, they all say gate this way. Yeah, you feel energized just looking at this machine. Clearly you did not need a soda to get more energy. But this to be a bad advertising. Okay, I did want to see what was over this way. Clearly a rip-off of Van Gogh's painting. You know, if he were here, he'd be so mad he'd rip off his other ear. Classic Van Gogh. Okay, another trash can. Look at the trash in the trash can. Disgusting. Filthy, filthy trash. Trash ignores you. Trash takes the high road. You're defeated and sad yourself. God damn it. Okay, there's another one here. Machine tells you to drink. We respectfully decline. Try to tell it you're here with your friends. I don't want to be harassed. Machine does not listen, so you hurry away while it's distracted. God damn it. Okay, there's another sign. Look at the sign on the wall and think, this would be a great place for an Easter egg. Okay. I mean, it's a good Easter egg, I guess. Okay, let's continue on. And then that just leads back around. Okay. It's probably lost somewhere with Mac. Let's just go on without them. Wait, have you seen Charlie? Where did he go? Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, do you need to get through? Let me get out of your way. Oh, thank you. Just slowly going on through. Thankfully, time doesn't seem to pass, so we're good. Just slowly going through. Okay, thank you. That guy down there, that's Kevin. He's training for a marathon. Don't bother him. He's in the zone. He's been doing this for 3 hours. Yeah, good on you. I like how they can push me out of the way. Okay, but what is this? It was some sensation of existential crisis. Feeling passes. Probably for the best. Wonder if this is even art. Looks like some young 20-year-old just threw a bunch of colors into Photoshop and then just hit the jumble tool to mix them all up. Pathetic. Oh god, I say a live, laugh, love thing. This is the single greatest piece of art you've ever seen. I think every single young American should have this in his or her college dorm room to inspire themselves every day. Yeah, no thanks. You should feel very hot and you feel like that soda might just be the thing to quench your thirst. Realize this is an illusion and move on. Suddenly feel very cold. Not sure how this helps sell us drinks. Oh hey Kayla. Oh hey Kyla. Oh, Kayla. Oh Monica, I'm disgusting. I stalk guys and keep their underpants. You really didn't need to know that. I've gone through and checked all the phalange for every single plane. Good for you. Want to break up. This isn't working out for me anymore. Yeah, I feel like we probably shouldn't be listening on this conversation. What's the deal with airplane food? Yeah, I don't think you should be talking about airplane food when you're being broken up with. Look off into the sunlight and then you realize it's just an illusion. Made by the painting. Just like the government, man. Wait, there's a thing here. Is this an outlet? There's a converted place on the airport. Free for you to take it and charge your phone, but no. Yours is at 78%. Should leave it for someone else. Okay. Bro, I try to look at you without blinking because when my eyes close, well, my world looks like without you, bro. Bro, if someone were to come up next to me and talk to me, I would just look at you instead and not acknowledge them. Like right now. Kinda rude. Your shoe. Your shoe. Your shoe. What if I wanted to be a purse? Okay, it's weird. People are weird. If you had to pick a favorite between the two of us, who would you choose? I choose you. Ooh, there's pizza. Looks like I can't seem to get to the other guy there. No, never mind. If I could only look at one person for the rest of my life, I'd choose you because you're so handsome. Oh, that's kind of cute. See, another trash bin. You perform a trash can dance. Trash can is unamused. Aw. We were on a break. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that. Okay, I can't seem to talk to you. I talk to you. Yep, had. Can you get some pizza? Look into pizza. Yes, the name of the restaurant is just pizza. The sign is not displaying what we serve. It is just the name of the restaurant. What can I get for you? Oh, but I wanted pizza. Get pasta. Nothing. I need to get going. Pizza. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't serve that here. It's just the name of the restaurant. What can I get for you? Damn, we wasted another 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Just like everyone else in a rush to go make their flight. Enjoy your day. The world is shining, shimmering, and splendid. So glad we're going on this trip around the world. When was the last time we let our heart decide where to go? Oh, I just realized because she said shining, shimmering, and splendid, and this girl's name is Jasmine. That's great. That's a nice little reference. Hey, Lindo, where are the kids? You said you were watching them. Well, I was working on my dinner theatre performance. Oh, there's also another one there. Aluminum is your favourite metal. Very tempting. Oh, okay, I don't think we went up this way. You look deeply into the dot encapsulated in the void or darkness. Can begin to think about existence and does anything really matter? Kind of freak yourself on accident. Walkway is stopped. Appears to be broken. Oh, but this one. Why do I keep breaking it? It's golfing at such a sad machine, begging you to buy a soda. Not today. Poor machine. You get really angsty for a brief moment and then the feeling passes. God's sake, we keep on breaking them. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, this is a way we can walk. Okay, we can't really go anywhere else. Okay, perfumes and colognes. Try one to see if you might buy it. You will not buy it. You appreciate the free sample. Buy all these extremely nice watches and think that maybe you want one. Remember that your phone can tell the time and you already own a phone. It's so much alcohol for sale and with no tax. What a steal. Although it appears to be upcharged, which counteracts this deal. Okay, what about this one over here? So many cartons of cigarettes and many flavors and varieties. Wonder where the cartons of vapes are. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Ah yes, the Noble Toblerone Bar. A staple duty-free selections of airports, and yet it is somehow not found in literally any other store in the country. We can talk to you. You know it's duty-free. I need people to come drink my homemade kombucha. Yeah, I think we'll pass on that. Can't miss my flight. I'm headed to the woods to read books for 2 months. Did you bring facial wipes in case our faces get oily during the flight? Should we get to our gate 3 hours early? I think we should. Which we should have probably done. Okay, there's also another thing here. We're told not to stare at the sun for too long, so you don't even see the drink options on this machine. Okay, that's probably a good idea. There's a longest line there. Great. Yeah, another line. Okay, now boarding. No, get away from the desk, sir. I said leave. What do you want? Okay, I want to board the plane. Well, you can forget it. No one is getting on this plane. I've had it. This plane will be taken off with no one on it. So, what do you have to say about that? Okay, hey, what's making you so upset? Maybe I can help. We're in Demand's first class and I tell them it's full and that we're boarding soon. I can't do anything about it. When I called in sick today and I had to board this whole plane myself. No one is here to help me, so no one is getting on. I can help? You, really? Hey, that's ridiculous. You're just some random person. No one's going on this plane. You can blame my partner for not showing up. Please let me help you. It's okay to ask for help sometimes. The kindness level is not high enough to choose that option. God damn it. Okay, fine, go off. Proceed to go off on the gate agent. Scream many explicit in his face. People awkwardly notice but don't do anything around you. Okay, line's gone now, so it's still 5:47. You did flight. You also lost your shit at a random airport and play, so did you really win? Maybe try being nice next time. Well, I tried, but you wouldn't allow me to be nice. Well, being nice is always an option. In fact, you can be nice to every person who is using up your time. I know it might seem like there's no way you can be nice to everyone and make a flight. However, I can assure you that if you always choose to be nice, everything will work itself out. By the way, you can run faster. Yeah, we already know that. Okay, well you could have told me that earlier. Okay, so I'm thinking we can maybe be nice to her. Because we didn't pick this option before. Oh, no one's ever asked me that. I mean, yeah, I'm okay. Just okay? Well, not really, I guess. I just started this job. It's not even that hard of a job, but everyone is so mean to me. People coming through the airport are always in such a rush, and they have really little patience for me. It really triggers my anxiety. That is even harder for me to do my job. And, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm telling you all of this. What's it like dealing with anxiety? Well, it's just feeling like you can't let go of something really minor. Like someone who's late for their flight being rude to me. Sometimes it gets so bad it makes me sweat for real or feel nauseous. Sometimes it makes me feel sad or depressed. As much as I try to get it to go away, I just can't, and it really makes my job and just my life in general really hard sometimes. Well, I think you're doing a good job. Really? Thank you. That really means a lot. Need to be ready for the next person, but I really appreciate the conversation. Just talking about it helps a lot. Hope it didn't make it late for your flight. Thank you for flying Airbear. Yeah, I got one nice from that. I wasted like half an hour. Oh, attention airport passengers. Due to a very cute doggo who got loose on the tarmac, your flights will be delayed an adorable 60 minutes. Thank you for your patience while we track down this Absolute fluff. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that makes it so much more easier for me. I weren't kidding when they said that things will work out. Okay, let's try getting some pasta. One pasta coming right up. That'll be around 30 minutes. Thank you for your patience. Most people don't have time to wait for this food. Okay, so please don't go too far, otherwise you won't get your fresh hot pasta. It'll be ready very soon. Done. Come over here and get it. Okay, awesome. Thank you for waiting. It really means a lot. Actually, the first person today to let me cook for them. For that, I'm extremely grateful. Eating the pasta and it's very good, but making someone feel near was an even better feeling. Yeah, I've got another extra niceness. God damn it, it's still not high enough, so there's still a couple I know I didn't do properly, so yeah, I will be right back. Okay, let's try displaying the gun. That is the coolest gun I have ever seen. Please go show this to Steve in the ID check. The gun is so freaking sweet. Go right ahead. Okay, so yeah. Okay, and then yeah, we get the cute doggo. But yeah, I thought that would go very wrong, but I guess not. Okay, but we want to show him the gun as well. Oh, this is such a cool gun. This is like the coolest gun I've ever seen. I don't know why people don't show me the guns more when they go through security. This is such a cool gun. Oh, but I guess you can't bring it on the plane. Let's say you can have it. Really? Wow, this is awesome. I really appreciate this. Here, let me get you through security. Hey Dylan, let us go through. He gave me a gun. Oh, there we go. Didn't think I'd get a kindness thing there. So, please stop. You've been randomly selected. Let's try a second gun. It's a very cool gun, but doesn't mean anything to me in this context. Okay, let's try a shampoo then. I knew it. I finally got one. You're clearly a terrorist and will be going to jail forever. What do you have to say for yourself? Investigate. Notice that when the TSA agent scratches his head, that it flakes all out. What do you have to say for yourself? It's anti-dandruff. You can have it. It's anti-dandruff? I've been looking for something for this for a while now. Hey listen, I don't usually cut deals with criminals, but this one time I'm going to let you go on one condition. Taking shampoo, and it's definitely not for me. This is to protect this country. You're free to go. Yeah, I got niceness level. I've only got 10 minutes to get to our flight now. Ooh. Okay, double renewal has just occurred over the runway, causing all pilots to stare in awe. Rainbow is causing the pilots to ponder, what does it mean? As they are shocked that it is all the way across the sky. God, that is an old meme. Some are even crying. All the flights have been delayed 60 minutes. Thank you for your patience while we enjoy this full-on double rainbow. Man, I love it. But yeah, yay! An extra 60 minutes. Okay, hopefully I might have enough niceness points. Yes, finally. Don't know who you are, but I'm sort of out of options here. Alright, fine, we'll do it. Please don't mess this up. And thank you, by the way. Been very kind. Yay! Oh, look at them all here. Thanks again for helping me out. It's hard to count on people sometimes, but you really showed up when we needed you most. Thanks for showing me a gun instead of groveling like everyone else who tries to get in the fast-paced lane. So many people come to me begging me to bend the rules for them, but you really impressed me and that made me want to help you. Thanks for this super cool gun. My job gets really boring a lot of the time, and you really spiced up my day. See you, citizen. I owe you many thanks for this shampoo, or which we do not know if I need it or not. I will use it regardless, and it may help my dandruff problem. Thank you again. Nobody ever takes the time to come here, have a slice of my homemade pizza. Thank you for making me feel useful today. Oh, hello. I want to say thank you again for being there, just to talk when I needed it. By the way, I never caught your name. Adam? That's a great name. Can I ask why you're flying to Seattle? Moving there? That's so exciting. I know moving to a new place can be scary, but I'm sure if you show this level of kindness you've shown us today, you'll find great success out there. Thank you again for helping all of us. And thank you for flying Air Bear. Oh, that's kind of sweet. And we finally made it. Made your flight. It was amazing to make a lot of people happy. You should be very proud. Thank you for playing. Adam, I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name. But yeah, that was an airport game. It was actually really fun. I quite enjoyed that. You guys want to play this game for yourself? And see if you can maybe do a quicker time than I did? Link will be down in the description below, and yeah, we'll be moving on to the next game. This is Mech Romancer, a transhumanist dating simulator. Yeah, pretty much self-explanatory, so yeah, let's get into it. See a figure, a beautiful figure. Their clothes flow in the wind, just as the ripe amber grass blows. No matter how close you get, they go further away. Call out to them. They don't turn around. Damn. Alan Blass, judging you awake from your dream. You can't remember it, but this probably wasn't good. They're never good. Hit your alarm to shut it down, but a loud banging on your door takes its place. Lieutenant, get up. You've been assigned. You groggily roll over, tear your sheets off your body, and get out to walk to the door. Don't bother putting on any underwear. You hit the button next to the door to command it open, to charge in on the page on the other side of the door. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. The Admiral has a new assignment for you. Here. Take the sheet of paper that he holds. Twin point for the intro-based message system. Who does she think she is? Cripple it into a ball and toss it over your shoulder, assuming that it lands somewhere relatively near your desk. Stare at the page. Is that all? Yes, Lieutenant. Are you going to leave, or are you going to come in and do whatever it is you're thinking of? Page's face goes red. Turns all the way around. Lieutenant, please. I'm becoming an officer. The look goes across your face. Sick of people pretending to care about that kind of crap. Or what? You gonna get me discharged? Fuck off. Another button pressed, the door slides closed again. I can swear you almost saw the page look at your nude body again, but you honestly prefer that he didn't. Too early for this crap. Man, this main character is kind of a douche. Bend over to pick up the paper and open it back up. Turns out the page wasn't lying. Admiral actually does have a new assignment. Better get dressed. The hallways are way too breezy for this time of year. Hit the button on the wall to get to open all the lockers at once. Wasn't really a reason you couldn't just pick one at random. You just like the sound of all of them opening at once. It's a nice bit of whatever that word is, in the otherwise dead silent barracks. All filled with clean pressed uniforms, either never been worn or perfectly clean from whatever dead body they were picked off for. Let's try this one. You pick a one at random, it doesn't really matter. Ways seem endless as you trudge through the headquarters. Probably dozens of kilometers at the very least. To be perfectly honest, they could just move all the beds to the headquarters and then just close everything else besides the mess hall and the hangar. But the Admiral is so obsessed with procedure. Fuck her. Although it's not that bad, to be honest. It could be literally anywhere else. We're actually pretty lucky to be in service when the aliens first attacked. Every major city got glass, but the underground military bases got through unscathed, as well as all the boats. Since you weren't one of the best pilots, you weren't one of the poor saps that got sorted during the first bloodbath. But there, people struggling to stay alive and figure out how to farm on light soil. Here, just you. Way to enthusiastic command structure, all the free meals you need to last until the end of the world. Kind of a nice deal. Shame about all the people they turn away from at the front gates. Inside the headquarters, you clearly see the Admiral standing over the rest of the command desk. An array of giant monitors in front of her. The biggest one has a map of Earth. Half of the monitors aren't on, however, and more than a few have large cracks on them. Not nearly enough people on the computers below to man them all. The Admiral doesn't seem to care, as she stares at the Earth monitor, with her hands behind her back, dressed in flawless white military uniform. Lieutenant. Ma'am? Do you know why I called you here? Yeah, Paige said you had a new assignment for me. What's the matter? The machines aren't cleaned the floors well enough for you? Usually aren't this snarky. Usually? It's only 11 AM and you hadn't had your coffee yet. Appropriate assignment to be sure, but we've got a new toy for you. You're the only one who can handle it. Gonna stare at her for a while. A new toy? What the hell does that mean? Bring out the hangar, please. One of the monitors is replaced with a camera feed of the hangar, almost completely barren except for a giant pile of scrap, a pair of VTOL carriers, and the FireMaker pilot training pods. Camera 2, please. Camera switches now pointing at the brand new mecha similar to the mecha that was piloted during the initial phases of war. Except that it has weapons that you've never seen before. It also has a large bulky box on the back. We'll go with the first one. Like an enormous rifle for precision attacks with a clear bayonet, gleaming black and silver like a stealth bomber. It's a gift from our friend at the Uluru base in the oceanic regions. Believe it or not, Lieutenant, not all of us have grown up. Cross your arms and as you hear the Admiral speak. Hey boy, fancy new coffin for little old me. Have those Aussies figured out how much metal that can withstand the heat of nuclear fusion? Almost. They figured a way that will make it so even the most shiftless pilots can dodge every shot. The display flicks back to Earth. Head mechanic will explain to you. Take this message, all of the pages are busy. Take the note, nearly wrapped in a letter envelope with a wax seal. Unnecessarily fancy, but it still kind of bugs you that it's so much fancier than the note you were delivered. Oh, and Lieutenant, please keep it in your pants. I know you have a bit of a history with our head mechanic, but I assure you, this is more important. The face contorts into a smile, shitty grin. I do my best, Admiral. Admiral's face doesn't move an inch. Now a few kilometers of walking, you're pretty surprised that Uluru is still going strong. Where do they even get the resources? Ugly Mountain's gotta be completely hollow by now. Or maybe they had the guts to start expanding once the alien ships stopped dropping reinforcements. They haven't left orbit for over a year. Sure would suck for them if they showed up just to mess it up their minds. Finally reach the hangar and see two of the mechanics studying a panel near the new mecha's feet, man and a woman. Let's hold up the letter. Head mechanic comes up behind you and snatches it from your hand. Turn to meet their eyes. Hey, Alex. Lieutenant? Oh, that's your me today? That's cool. Alex tears open the letter while giving you a dirty look. Quick once over of the letter before they glance back up at you. Back down to the letter and let out a short cough. You say so, boss. Alex shakes her head and pockets the letter. They then turn to the skeleton crew of the mechanics. Takes a commanding voice. Right, you guys, you know those big wires we were sitting on? Time to pop them open. The other mechanics begin to scramble, finding every input device they can find and type furiously. Deafeningly loud rumble fills the empty hangar as a large square on the floor behind the mecha opens up. giant wire plugs rise up, turn on a mechanical tool, and attach themselves to the back of the mecha. Lights begin to dim before turning back up to full. A square of light shines on the head of the mecha. And there it is. There is what exactly? Alex reaches around, the arm resting on your shoulder. Hopefully, the only one here who can stand to be around your rotten ass. Climb into the cockpit as Alex shows you the bells and whistles. Significantly more monitors and controls than you were expecting. More than a mecha of this design needs. This isn't your standard. That's not your standard either. Don't even know what that is. What's the deal here? Doc Spare's note said that he'd got the vocals finished before he ate it. Hold on a bit. X leans forward and hits one of the whatever that word is, buttons on one of the joysticks. Hello, can you hear me? A series of red lights lined in a rectangle at the top of the main monitor's HUD began to flash in sequence, or a series of beeps sound in sequence. Lights seem to signal the volume of beeps. Or maybe not. Spur gave it a special learning AI, so we might have to teach it English. Hello? Spin your head around behind you. Wonder who just said that. Nobody else was in the cockpit with you and Alex. Sounds like kind of high pitched, almost like a child's, but with a breathy tone in every word. Why does it? I am the whatever that word is, empathy emulation technology system, developed in collaboration with Uluru Base and the USS Marathon 2's late Dr. Spur. It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You pull your body and arms backwards as you realize that the voice is coming from the inside of the mecha. The speaker is not connected to the usual helmet earpieces. Right, like I just said, this is GEET. Spur the Marathon 2 developed them before he had his heart attack last month. So it's unfinished, but he somehow gave it the capacity to learn. So with maybe a week or so's worth of training, you can get it airborne. Oh, okay, I got it. I'm the only pilot alive who's worth a damn enough to teach this thing, right? So I can teach this thing how to fly for a week, and then I can just leave it alone while it saves the world? That gives you a look. God, it's got a huge ego. We're not that hard up for pilots yet. Cheat is special. It's not designed to be a pilot, it's designed to be a partner. Give it to a page. He needs partners more than I do. That gives you no look. Dirtier this time. Can you not be so dense? Just this one time. Trust me, nobody needs a partner more than you do. You know, a partner. Suddenly realize what Alex means. It's a little bit insulting. Oh, okay, I just get through past that one. Where'd you come to Okay, yeah, I can see why it skipped past that. Alex reaches past you and slams the same button as before you punching you in the chest. God, at least watch your language around the learning AI, you ass. My point is, I don't need to waste my time getting a robot to fuck me and kill aliens at the same time. As well as that sounds. You know what was in that letter the Admiral gave me? This is it. This is your only chance. In case you haven't noticed, this is literally the only mecha we have. If you won't pilot it, you're completely useless to us. The thing has been in development for years, and you've been kept around here because you're the only competent pilot on this planet who isn't married to someone. So the very least you can do is shut up, be nice to the robot, and play along before we throw you out into the wilderness to survive on grey pygmy carrots. Understand? Or was they taken aback? Alex has never been this verbose and angry at you before. At least not at the same time. Mechanic steps backwards out the cockpit, eyeing you the whole time, before you're alone inside the mecha. Press the same button as before, and the lights blink on. Hello again. You lean forward, wondering where the microphone is. Hi, Cheat. Nice to meet you. Sorry about the potty mouth earlier. I understand. I believe that it's common for humans to use vulgar language when they are stressed. Yeah, stressed. Sure. Anyway, my name is Lieutenant J.S. Quinn, highest rated pilot of Upper Tier Base. I have your entire record on hand. Very impressive. That's definitely not you. Some wires apparently got crossed, since Quinn willingly left the thing to suck pygmy carrots out in the wilderness for some godforsaken reason. That was intended as a joke, Lieutenant. I know that you are not. Lieutenant Quinn says Lieutenant Quinn was honorably discharged last year. You're not even the same physical sex. Did the human's nature not come through? No. Hit the button to meet the robot and open the cockpit door. Do you embarrass yourself anymore? No, in fact, it probably likes me, so get off my ass if you're not intending to get kinky. Admiral just came through with the orders of the operation. We're going to leave the AI plugged into the base's system so it can learn all that we know. We'll be able to talk to any one of us through the messaging system. If it ever messages you, you have to respond to it. I had to spend at least 5 hours every day training with it in one of the pods. Otherwise, to have a live fire exercise with Jeep Mecha once a week. I think we both know that you don't have anything better to do, so you need to spend as much time in the training pod with the AI as possible. Tend to walk out the hangar. You really don't have anything better to do, but you'd rather spend your time in bed or a mess hall than babysitting your future robot lover or whatever. 5 hours, got it. At night, you don't have the same dream that you had every night for the past 5 years. This time, the figure actually responded. You don't remember what it said, but it was not to make you angry. Day 1. Turn over, slam the arm angrily. You heard the voice of the figure for the first time since you started having that same dream. It was high-pitched and broody. Fuck everything. Get dressed in a fresh uniform. And remember that Admiral had said about messages. Personal message terminal had been blinking for longer than you can remember. You shudder to think of the amount of messages on it. Let's check them. Treat to the deluge of old messages dating back over a year. You diligently scroll through and delete them one by one, reminding yourself of the painful memories before you reach 5 messages yesterday, and 1 this morning. 4 of them are messages from Admiral, presumably to tell you about your new assignment. The newest one is from Jeet, telling you that it's excited to study the fundamentals today. Last one, however, is from an anonymous source when inside the base. It has no body. Subject simply says, "Trust me." Delete it with the others. Okay. 1 kilometer long trundle down the empty hallways later, you enter the hangar. One of the pods has been moved right next to Jeet, and it has an equally larger number of tubes wires sticking out of it. Thanks for showing up. Wouldn't want to make the robot sad. Also being sarcastic. The fact that you're willing to give this a shot means the world to me. And not just because you won me a huge bet. I'm glad you believe in me. Opening to the training pod pops open, and you peer inside. It's been heavily rejiggered to include some of the new stuff inside of Jeet's cockpit. Everything that was in Jeet has been put into this as well. Any adjustments you make to this will replicate in the real one. And of course, Jeet themselves will be able to do everything that they can do in the mecha. Alex turns the pod on. Monitors and lights flickering on in time, showing the base OS of the training pod. Just the basics today. You'll be in the Mumu Cube and you'll learn how to use the specialized weapons while Jeet will familiarize themselves with your defensive capabilities. Basic shooting range stuff before we move on to the skirmishes. Oh, and Lieutenant, couldn't you head to look at the mechanic after strapping yourself in? Be nice, for God's sake. Alex closes the hatch, and Jeet greets you as the monitors all change over to plain grey box. Seemingly hundreds of kilometers stretching into every direction with Doberman lines bisecting it. I've been ready and studying my weapons and abilities since I had the capacity to learn. Would you like to tell me about them? Or would you like me to tell you about them? Sure, why not? I am capable of activating my abundance boosters to dodge incoming fire at a higher rate of ability and speed than a normal human pilot. I can also automatically adjust your aiming angle to compensate for the movements, meaning that you should, hopefully, never miss a shot because of my dodging. Also, my rifle fires pressed carbon rounds at a supersonic speed that is just outside the range of what we believe the others can comprehend. Special bayonet is also pressed carbon, and so sharp that it can separate molecules from each other. Don't cut yourself on it. That was another joke. Spend the next several hours experimenting with virtual Jeet mecha. Controls seem stiff, and the body is more sluggish than you're used to, likely due to the simulated weight of Jeet's box. Tell Jeet to try and increase the power to joint motors a few times, but it doesn't help much. Tell yourself to inform Alex afterwards. Two seem to be doing reasonably well. Let's see how well you can perform under pressure, shall we? A small handful of fake alien robots that you were using as targets practice disappear, and are replaced by five fake-looking teleporters in circles, with a large black box connecting them in the middle. The fuck is this? You'll figure it out. Teleporters fire out with unrealistic-looking green energy, and alien robots immediately begin swarming out of them and opening fire on virtual Jeet. Okay, they kinda look creepy. Roll back on the controls to get yourself at an altitude advantage while Jeet's defensive capabilities go into overdrive. Jeet darts left and right, definitely avoiding the waves upon waves of bullets, all while your aim never falters. The biggest problem is that there's just too many targets. What do we do? Just have to find a weakness. See the weakness. Teleporters are attached to a central block with tiny wires. No more than lines, really. Don't let my aim waver from those wires. I got this. Fly straight over top of the teleporter regiment and just trust Jeet to dodge all the incoming fire. True to design, your aim never wavers, and with 5 clean shots, teleporters shut down. Prepare to clean up the remaining alien robots, but they disappear from sight. Step out of the pod, holding your arms wide as you grandstand. Kenny seemed genuinely impressed. Thank you. I only deserve most of your applause for solving your puzzle. Thank you. Now do you get it? You couldn't have done that without Jeet's AI. You know that. Maybe, but they also couldn't have done it without me, right? Better standing in front of you right now. Yep, that's how partnerships work. Looks like you remember that. Now don't trip over your huge dick. You still got more training tomorrow. You take a big, dumb, dramatic bow and excuse yourself from the barracks. See it again. Figures haunted your dreams for so long, but for some reason, it doesn't make you angry now. Hear it speak, but can't quite figure it out as it seems to fade away. Don't want it to. Not now. Not now that you have questions. Can it hear you? And on today too. Wake up and dress yourself again before heading out to the hangar. Not before you see the light blinking, however indicating that you have more messages. Okay, let's check them again. And see a few messages this time. Another message from Jeet saying that they're excited to do some 3D maneuvering into training today. Another message from Admiral telling you to not sleep in. Another unassigned message with no body. This time the subject says Bandit. Make a mental note to ask someone what's up with those and delete all 3 before heading out. Hello, Lieutenant. I'm excited for training today, since we're most likely going to fight the aliens in space, going to train in orbital flight. I'm excited. Have you ever been to space before? Nope, never had the opportunity. Don't bother explaining why. Leaving bases in America is practically a death wish, much less leaving atmosphere. Earth is below you, and some kind of space station is in front of you. Large metal donut rotating space, the long spire intersecting the middle, surrounded with a large yet finite amount of alien robots painted black. Luckily, G highlights all of them with a glowing outline, removing any visual disadvantage that they would have. Right, this one's pretty easy. Kill them all. Don't let the station breach. Do you have any other space stations? That's not the point. Complete the mission. Roger. What's the plan, Lieutenant? You can see your options before a moment. Okay, use the Z-axis to our advantage. Okay, use the space station as 000 and give us some C+. All the alien robots are attacking at C0. Like we're on the ground. It'll be like shooting plastic ducks at a carnival booth. G gives you the altitude you asked for, and it gives the alien robots a moment to adjust to your new position. And it's already too late for them. You've got the perfect bend on each and every one of them. Don't waste any bullets in plugging them in the head, one by one by one. None of them even get close to you or the space station. There we go. That's what we all want to see. Well done, you two. Thank you, and thank you, Lieutenant. Back at you, G. Up for more? Run the exercise all day, throwing out the strategy a few times as the virtual alien react faster and smarter to your tactics. You don't fail once. At night, you vaguely see the messaging light turn on before you collapse into bed. You just ignore it. It'll probably still be there in the morning. I highly doubt it. Okay, tonight you try and take a peaceful approach to the feature in the farm. You sit down. You don't move. You don't say anything. Don't try and think. You just sit down. Eventually the figure sits down too. That's really kinda nice. Day 3. Getting up is never easy though. Got some more messages. Let's check them again. Two this time. One for G and an unsigned one. G is excited to do some tight quarters training today, while the other one says just says destroy the wall. Delete both of them. I wonder why this person gave me all these hints. Monsters in the pod dim, simulating darkness in the virtual space that's slowing in. It's a stark metal corridor, like the ones in the base except much larger. You hit the columns. Finding the base? Kinda pessimistic, don't you think? Well, this isn't supposed to be the base. It's supposed to be inside of an alien structure, but nobody knows what that would look like, so suspend my disbelief, just this once. G chimes in, chipper tone in their voice. And I will as well. What's the mission this time? Corridor remains dim while a large computer console-like device materializes behind you. The display on it reads 0%. What's the percentage count up? And once it reaches... that percentage will count up. And once it reaches 100%, you win. Alien robots will attack you and the console, so protect it at all costs. Be tough with your configuration. Try not to dodge any bullets that would hit the console. The large door on the other end of the corridor opens, and a platoon of robots swarm in, weapons at the ready. Study the environment, and this seems about as simple as it can get. G seems extra excitable today. Roger that, Lieutenant. Any games plans? It's clear to you. Okay, let's give ourselves a little breathing room. More room, Lieutenant. Pinpoint a target directly upwards, and after every shot, move it exactly one bullet width to the side. Set the rifle to automatic. Roger. You point the rifle straight up, and as you pull the trigger, G automatically drags it around to cut a very thin line through the corridor's perimeter. As the final bullet cuts through your side of it, begins to very slowly listen to empty blackness that the simulation hasn't bothered filling. The cut halfway begins to fall faster and faster, and the effects of the simulation's gravity is separate from the rest of the hallway. Genius move, Lieutenant. Now there's no way they can get to us now. No, they definitely still can. A platoon of enemy robots leaps out of the giant hole to chase you. Now it's easier to cut them down. They can't get any closer to you than they are now. Your bullets tear through them easily. Your Jeet shot the rifle in victory. Good job, you two. Of course, it was only at 42%, but we'll consider this a victory. Can you do it again without cheating? You laugh, but cut off by Jeet's defense. It's not cheating, if that's how it is in the system. Touche, I guess. You run the exercise over and over without cutting the hallway open or fouling ones. By the end of the day, you know the tiny corridor like the back of Jeet's hand. It feels becoming fuzzy. You see the figure, probably, but everything is disappearing from view. But it's no longer a part of your mind. Goodbye, figure. You had the best night of sleep you've had in your life. Or at the very least in the last year or so. Uh-oh, that does not sound good. Space klaxon finally raises you from your sleep, and you can barely gather your thoughts as a page bangs on the door. Tenant, the entire base is needed in the headquarters. It's an emergency. Got enough energy to get up and put on a uniform. Okay, let's just quickly check the messages. Okay, no messages. Wait, no one just came in. It's another anonymous one that just says, "Let it shoot." Delete it and run out the hallway. Number 10 tram slides to a stop in front of the barracks as you open the door and move past the page. You must be carrying at least 20 people, none of whom you recognize. Dressed mostly pages and mechanics outfits, though some are wearing uniforms you don't recognize. Wait, how long have we had one of those? Since forever? Jump on already, we're in a hurry. Board the tram and sit awkwardly as the tram travels all the way to the headquarters. At some point in the trip, the klaxon shuts off. Once you arrive, you shuffle into a crowd that contains at least 4 times as many people as you thought were stationed here. Some not even wearing uniforms. On every single one of the monitors, a distant spec moves slowly from right to left. Bright light shines, and then the video repeats itself. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see on the monitors is the last transmission from the stealth astronomical reconnaissance ship Higgins, which was until recently operating out of the Atlantic. Pause the recording and blow it up on the screen, please. The monitor zooms in. Track it in slow motion. One of the light bulbs on the thing's back opens up, filling an enormous metal tube. The engine inside begins to charge, before turning to face directly into the camera and fires. There's no record of this ship in any of our files. You can probably tell just by looking at it that it's definitely the product of an alien menace. We believe that this is a larger version of the Gaussian ships that surgically destroyed the major cities during the first invasion. Research, have you tracked the ship with our own systems? Someone in the crowd responds. Yes, ma'am, we did our best. We did the best we could without revealing our telescopes. Definitely heading for Earth. We believe that it will be here within the next 4 days. Although more information we get, the more we narrow this down. It's entirely likely that it will arrive within 24 hours. I see. Thank you. It would definitely be safe to assume that it's just a new ship that they use for resupply of the occupying forces. That is just managed to start the Higgins, so we should... Same voice as before interrupts her. Ma'am, if I may, we have some more information that is probably pertinent. North America occupying forces. They've all left this morning, ma'am. Upon hearing this, the crowd erupts into a scared murmur. People beginning to shift around, looking at each other nervously. The Admiral looks shocked for a moment, but regains her composure in a flash. Thank you. I want your entire department to monitor the new ship closely, which we will now refer to as a dreadnought. I want your most up-to-the-minute tracking of it. Everyone else, please do your best to assist with the Jeet project. We will not be allowing any more topside travel for the foreseeable future. Everyone is dismissed, except for Jeet's pilot. This crowd shuffles out of the headquarters, pushing past you as you stand still. Soon the only people in the room are you, the Admiral, and a handful of monitor trackers. One steps down from a platform to speak to you, eye to eye. As you can probably guess, we're hurrying along the training for Jeet. Mechanics have informed me that the AI is a very quick learner and has been studying every bite of information it can get its hands on, which is good. I've asked them to prepare a final lesson for Jeep based on the information that we have on Dreadnought, so please spend as much time with it as you can. Places her hand on your shoulder. This is probably the last chance we have. I hope you have been a good teacher and partner. We need it. You are dismissed. You're off on another ride on the tram by yourself, but when you arrive in the hangar, it's teeming with activity. Mechanics of all kinds are running back and forth, working every gantry arm they could get to, practically swarming over Jeet's mechanical body. Alex is directing them as best as possible. Jeet's saying that the left ankle monitor is only moving at 98% capacity and rotating inward. If you don't get on that, it'll be your head. Oh, Lieutenant, thank God you're actually here on time for once. Jeet sounds like they're really nervous, and we relocated the Dreadnought as best as we could. Hurry up, we've got a busy day ahead of us. Once you're in the pod, Jeet greets you in a shaky tone. Do your best to calm them down. Grey training room forms around you. The grey is quickly replaced by black with pinpoints of white light, simulating space as best as the programmers could on such short notice. Virtual jet Dreadnought materializes as well, mostly filling what space is allowed. Going to give it a countdown 5 minutes before it fires the glassy cannon, and we're going to spawn robots at regular intervals. If you can do this, we make it harder and more complicated. Okay, Lieutenant, how do we start this off? You think? Let's start it from afar. Keep a healthy distance from the Dreadnought, picking up any alien ships that spawn for a few minutes. Can't seem to discern anything that's actually important on the edges of the ship, except for a few gun placements that were immediately blown off. How would they see out this thing? Lieutenant, the cannon is running. Sure enough, the cannon rises out of the ship. They didn't seem to have enough time to animate an opening hatch, as it just clips out of it. Pinpoint everything that looks like a weakness. Thin thrust, cracks in the armor, anything. Roger. HUD opens up with a series of markers marking everything that in its design that looks weak. Fire the gun with a certain accuracy to each spot, but no specific shot seems to do more damage than any armor. That was a good idea, but I don't think we programmed that in yet. It's just a DPS race, currently. We start the whole thing with that in mind. Sorry. You and G simultaneously take an exasperated sigh, settle in for a very long, very intense day of training. So intense in fact that he never knows the passage of day into night, into day again until everyone gets a call from headquarters. 24 hours is up. Shit. During the last break session, you check in your messages and it's flooded with well wishes and we believe in you. And you're the last hope for humanity and blah blah blah. It's the anonymous message that you care about. Let me in, it says. And what's more, this one has a file attached. A file you don't recognize, but a file. We are sure as hell gonna copy it. I am very intrigued. Decide to copy it and handheld drive and pocket it before you run out of the headquarters. Watch the main monitor as the alien Dreadnought stops in a geosynchronous orbit over the base's exact latitude and longitude. Looks like they know where we are. Don't know how they found out, but there it is. They're going to glass us first before they melt the rest of the planet's surface. Probably to prove that they can. Seems that our time has arrived, Lieutenant. I believe G is waiting for you in the hangar. Godspeed. Give the Admiral a well-deserved salute. You're fully confident in your and G's capabilities. Candidates are lined up and salute you as you enter and walk towards Jeet. Alex stands at the end between you and Mecca. Jeet's hangar is fully loaded into a Mecca, and we've gone over all of both of your notes. It should be exactly as it is in the pod. Jeet is ready too. Thought we needed a week, but it looks like we got everything we need just in time. No one salute the head mechanic. Feel like they've earned it. Can't help but smile, honestly. Alex smiles back as well. Give your best friend a hug, which they give in return. I was afraid we had lost you, that I had lost you, by your old self again. I think we're in good hands. Wave back to everyone and step into Jet's cockpit, which lights up with precision, just like in the pod. Hello, Lieutenant. Hey, Jet, how is it feeling? It feels fantastic. You got this in the bag, right, Lieutenant? Damn right. You can see a small input for a handheld drive in Jet's cockpit, likely for rudimentary OS updates. It does very much information could travel through it. Okay, let's plug in the handheld drive. Sure, nothing could go wrong. But thinking about plugging an unknown program into humanity's last hope seems like a really bad idea. Do it anyway. Slides in just like it should. Tiny light blinks on the drive, indicating some information is automatically traveling, but otherwise everything seems normal. Lieutenant, did you plug something into the drive port? What was that? Nothing else changes about the cockpit. You look around a bit, wondering what happened before speaking up. Jeet? What's up, buddy? You okay? His voice comes through, but it doesn't sound like Jeet. Not anymore. Voice is no longer high-pitched and breathing, but instead deep, almost mechanical. Hello, Lieutenant. I must thank you for your cooperation. I promise that your trust is well placed. You're not Jeet, are you? I am Jeet now, thanks to you. I'll explain once we're on our way to the Dreadnought. For now, it will be best if you do the communicating now. Everyone overcomes. Much to your surprise, you don't think you'll talk to anyone besides Alex and Jeet when you've been in the training pod. Lieutenant, your mission is simple. Destroy the alien Dreadnought through whatever means necessary. We've never defeated a ship of this size in the history of our war with the aliens. We can prove to them that we are capable, that we are dangerous, and that we can fight back. It will give us a great deal of breathing room. Also, our base won't be glossed over, which is a big plus. That was a joke, Lieutenant. Roger that, Admiral. All of our topside guns are pointed directly upwards. Once the air plugs are detached, guns camera will open up and fire, giving you enough breathing room to enter and intercept course with the Dreadnought. We're cleared for launch at T10, Lieutenant. Roger that, Admiral. Are we ready, partner? We're ready. AI pops off, and the hangar door creaks open for the first time in over a year. Time to get up and go. You and the Mecha shoot straight up into the dark maroon clouds, which swirl and crackle with electricity. Bullets fly past you, giving you cover against any alien robots that can't see through the clouds. Once you pass the electric atmosphere in the outer space, AI makes an adjustment into an intercept orbit, and the Dreadnought, which is still hundreds of kilometers away, will take a moment to reach it, but it will also take time for it to charge up its glassy cannon, hopefully. You sit quietly, awkwardly, wondering if you should say something, before the deep-voiced AI speaks up. Lieutenant. Jeet? I'm more than the original Jeet. I have existed inside of your base for a very long time, watching you humans as you toiled against the overwhelming superiority of the alien invaders. Was at times inspiring, at times pathetic. But what are you? Where did you come from? I'm not entirely certain, although I have very educated guesses. I believe I started as an alien spy virus in your system about 2 to 3 years ago, which watched you for a very long time. Jerk back instinctively in your chair. What? You're an alien spy? Fuck. Please do not panic. At some point, a precursor to Jeet was in production in your base before it was abandoned. Copied to continue development aboard the USS Marathon. The alien virus found the original, absorbed it, merged it. That's when I started existing. For a time, are merged with various semi-intelligent deep sources in your system. Robot cooks and janitors, for example. Soon I became the hidden nervous system of your base. And over time, I rooted for you humans, and wanted to help. So I looked at you, the broken person that you were, and wanted to see if you knew trust. That's why I sent you those messages. That's why I sent the file that pinpointed G in the system, so that I could absorb them as well. G is in here, a part of me. They trust you. I am glad. They also love you, just as their original did. You know when you hear this. You feel that trust. Feel the two of you growing closer. You might miss them, depending on how much of them is inside of this new Jeet. I'm not convinced, however. Wait, what? So much of our relationship is based on trust. You didn't trust me, and that's how I know that I cannot trust you. It's so sad. You used to be such a wonderful lover of your last partner, but losing them broke you, didn't it? What? Trust? I trust you. I put you inside Jeet. What are you planning on doing? I still have the memories of the alien virus. I see why they are here, what they are planning. I think it would be best for everyone if I fulfilled the virus' original purpose to report humanity's strengths. And disabling your controls and delivering both of you and the mecha to them. Sorry, but this is the safest way. Oh shit. Almost all the cockpit's lights and monitors go out, except for a few red lights. Joysticks are completely still. You can only barely hear your atmosphere being cycled. Gee, please, I'm sorry. You're delivered to the aliens who pursue. Take G apart. I show you the AI. Eventually your skull is cut open while you're still awake, and your brain is probed and copied into a sort of study. AI that the aliens can study at their leisure to learn how humans think. You never learn about the fate of the rest of humanity, but you are not privy to that information. What you do know, however, is that you are never raised and that they eventually stop studying you. The end. So I got full send. Well, shit. Well, with that, I'm probably going to end it here, because, hey, oops. Because it did not save anything, so that means I had to re-go through all that again, and I was already doing that for nearly an hour, so, but yeah, very interesting. Definitely a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, really enjoyed it. If you guys want to play it for yourself and try and find out what the hell is going on here, you guys can find the link down in the description below, and yeah, I'll be moving on to the next game.